Good evening. I'm Greg Floyd. Dory is off tonight. The discussion of race relations continues across the country tonight, including right here in the capital region. This nearly a week after a grand jury made the controversial decision not to indict a white police officer for the shooting death of a black teenager in Ferguson, Missouri. Our Kimberly Howard is live in the studio. Kimberly, you're at this meeting of clergy, city leaders, and community members, and there was a lot of talk tonight about prevention.
That's right, Greg. Much of the talk is focused on body cameras to protect both the officers and the people they approach. Tonight, we also heard from several local churches who called together a meeting on what Albany can do to learn from Ferguson.
It's a meeting of music,
shockwaves, oh God, that will go across our nation, and
prayer and mind, as members of several faith-based organizations join hands to talk about a divisive issue.
We come today so that we might have a faith and a God response to what has taken place in Ferguson, Missouri.
The meeting comes on the heels of President Obama's pledge to spend $263 million on special training for police officers. $75 million of that money will go toward body cameras for departments who don't yet have that technology.
I think if we can get in that pool of people who can get those resources, we should be about that process.
Albany Common Council President Carolyn McLaughlin says the city should also be all about having more open discussions.
This is much like what the chief of police is doing now with the Police Community Advisory Board. And I think that's going a long way in building up relationships. Is it perfect? No, but it's a step in the right direction, and we have to continue that effort.
By educating kids on how to deal with police encounters, it's a conversation this group says should go on in city schools.
They should know how and what they should do if they're stopped by an officer who has a gun and who has a badge.
Community members peppered the Albany church with open ears. The conversation sparked by the shooting death of a black teen at the hands of a white police officer. But now some say about so much more than race in America.
We are brothers and sisters. And if we don't come together, we're going to destroy our cities and destroy our nation. And that's not going to be good for the next generation coming up.
As for the president's proposal, he's seeking input from elected officials, civil rights leaders, and law enforcement on what this reform should include. His plan to expand training and add body cameras will be phased in over the next 3 years. Live in studio, Kimberly Howard, CBS 6 News.